When the offense is struggling, as it did pretty much all 4 quarters, how hard is it for you guys on defense to feel like you guys can get things going as well?
I mean, for the most part, it's like a pressure that you kind of invite, as a defense. You know, obviously we, take great pride in, helping our offense out. Being complimentary, towards those guys. I feel like for the most part, the games, be tight. And then defensively, we miss a tackle. We give up a touchdown. And, now we're looking at a two-score game. So, I think in the midst of everything, I think defensively, we have our own fair share of, responsibility.
I guess how frustrating after a loss like that is it?
It's tough. Obviously it's, two games that, I think we all feel like, we should have won. Felt like coming into both of those games, we, were the better team. But this is the NFL, right? Like, so, you got to find a way to show up, minimize your mistakes. Defensively, you got to find a way to take the football away and, just execute. And, obviously I think those guys, probably executed, better than us.
There were a few times where you guys were able to get pressure to Baker, but he was able to escape. Just what were they maybe able to do in order to get out of that?
Well, I think the last couple of weeks, really, probably say the last 3 weeks, we've been playing quarterbacks that, they aren't stationary, necessarily. There are guys that, can move the pocket, can find rush lanes. So, we just got to do a better job defensively. Obviously, when we playing tight coverage on the back end, those guys are going to have more time, hold the ball. But in those critical situations, those third downs, and we kind of saw it last week when we played against Green Bay, Love was kind of, able to extend some drives, with his legs. So, we just got to find a way to, match that coverage and match that front, and do it well enough, for 4 quarters.
When you guys came up with that interception at the end of the second quarter, how tough was that swing from that to the fumble and then obviously them being able to score a touchdown a couple plays later?
I mean, defensively is, I think we're kind of used to, sudden changes. So obviously it's not a situation you want to be in. But, we play defense, so we don't get to pick and choose when we, go out there on the field. I think anytime we're able to go out there, whether those guys have 90 yards to go or whether they have 3 yards to go, our job is the same. How can we keep them out of the end zone? So, we just weren't able to do that.
Tony, any Green Bay hangover after that game, do you think?
I mean, you hope not. Obviously, Green Bay was one of those, gut punch, losses. But I think, obviously defensively, I think coming into this game, we were ready to roll. We just got to find a way to kind of hold on to the rope, longer. Like I said, those guys were able to kind of extend some drives, make some big plays. But, defensively, we just got to find a way to, swing the momentum, back our way.
Dennis Allen just said in there, and I'm not going to quote exactly, but he says we got our butts beat.
Yeah. I mean, that's a fair assessment. Anytime you're at home with your crowd, the atmosphere that we're able to play in, and you lose by, 17, 18 points, yeah, I mean, it's an ass whipping, no doubt.
And what's the message now to the guys? I mean, you got to bounce back from that.
Yeah, you got to regroup, man. Like, obviously 2-2 isn't the end of the world, but intensity has to pick up, whether that be preparation, whether that be starting games faster, right? So I think the sense of urgency, because this is the NFL, man. Like, and if you drop 3, 4, 5 games in a row, you only have so many games to where you could punch a ticket, and win your division or get to the playoffs. So even though we're earlier in the season, I think the most important thing for us is to, find a way to get one win, and kind of get ourselves, out of this feeling, that we're feeling.
Thanks, Ty.
No problem.